In the 2014 elections, Mr. Modi got 1 in every 3 voters voted for Mr. Modi. A significant number of them did vote for his communal agenda, which he had laid out very strongly in his years leading Gujarat. But I do believe that a significant number of people had voted for him because they believed in his promises that he would help build a better future for the country's young people who legitimately aspire for a better life, who dream of participating in India's growth story, who dream of getting jobs in this new economy. And therefore the promise of creating 1 crore jobs every year was a very important part of the promise that Mr. Modi held out to his electors. And there have been many betrayals, but I think the betrayal on the job front has been spectacular. We have seen a period of almost complete jobless growth. And after a point, Mr. Modi's response has been that the figures are wrong, the data is wrong, the government's own figures which show that not only have jobs not been created, but instead lakhs and lakhs of jobs have been destroyed, and unemployment has reached its highest levels in the last 45 years. All of this, according to Mr. Modi, is only the result of wrong figures which the government itself is generating, so they're trying to hide their reports. But the reality is that on the one hand, the neoliberal growth model, which had promised us that, let the super rich have the freedom to operate and control the economy. It doesn't matter if they get super rich, get super rich. It doesn't matter because everybody will be better off. Everyone, because they'll have a huge number of jobs, millions of jobs will be created. That was the promise. That promise has completely failed. So the most recent report was that 9 people own as much wealth as half of India's population. We have levels of inequality that we couldn't even dream of before. The increase in the wealth, just the increase in the wealth of India's top 1% was more than India's union budget in the year 2014. So on the one hand, we have unprecedented levels of wealth. On the other hand, we have young people with nothing to look forward in terms of their futures. This was made worse. The whole neoliberal model and its failure was made worse by demonetization, which was an attack on existing livelihoods in the informal economy, which was largely based on cash. And so millions and millions of small producers and those who worked with them have been thrown out of work as a result of demonetization. The whole campaign against cow slaughter once again has destroyed millions of jobs. There were a huge number of people who were employed at different levels in the leather industry, in the meat industry, and they too have been rendered out of work, and there being no process now for disposing of cattle who gets too old has resulted in जिसे आवारा पशु कहते हैं, they just the farm sector has even got more threatened and destroyed by cow vigilantism. So a combination of neoliberalism, the hate agenda and demonetization has destroyed India's economy and its prospect for jobs. And therefore young people this time, when they vote, have to remember that Mr. Modi does not credibly offer anything for the economy. He offers only an agenda of hate, and only if you believe in that agenda of hate do you have reason to vote for him.